Washington, Barry Trotz said Alex Ovechkin wears his emotions on his sleeve. On Saturday, they were displayed flush on his face. Ovechkin was dominant in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final, scoring a goal and racking up 10 shot attempts at all strengths. He celebrated on the bench in other big moments, jumping to his feet and yelling to the rafters as Evgeny Kuznetsov scored. The Capitals captain waited 13 long years for this moment, scratching, clawing and scoring his way until Washington reached its first Cup final this season in his DC tenure, and he wasn't about to let the moment pass him by. "It's just automatic," he said. "You just get excited more." Mama Lucia's fuels Alex Ovechkin. Capitals fans before Game 3. The Capitals defeated the Golden Knights 3-1 on Saturday night at the Capital One Arena, the first final victory ever for the franchise on home ice, and a victory that drew them within 2 of hoisting the Stanley Cup. So yes, there was much to be excited about. Welcome to the Alex Ovechkin experience. Goals, shots, hits, and NBC pans to the bench that capture him in his purest moments. "He always wants to score, badly," said Lars Eller, who hugged Ovechkin as he shimmied in celebration after Kuznetsov's goal. "I haven't seen a different Ovi today than I have lately. He's been on. But he always shows a lot of emotion at home, and that's right, let's count the ways Ovechkin impacted Game 3, because the list was almost as long as the Cup Final drought he helped erase." Before the game was 20 minutes old, Ovechkin had racked up 9 shot attempts, more than Vegas' top line combined, 2 hits, and 2 blocked shots. Then 70 seconds into the second period, he scored the first Capitals goal in a Stanley Cup Final game played in DC in 2 decades. It came off a frantic net-mouth scramble that ended with Ovechkin getting the 5th attempt on goal, whacking the puck past Marc-Andre Fleury as he fell to the ice. Ovechkin was quickly back on his feet, swooping below the goal line and going down to one knee, a fist pump, a yell, years of frustration being peeled away. "He's very passionate, as everyone knows," Capitals head coach Barry Trotz said. "It was the right thing in a playoff game, the first victory in the final, that Alex scores the first goal. Some poetic justice, if you will, for all the tough times." Kuznetsov's goal came later in the second period. He broke in on a 2-on-1 before ripping a shot under Fleury's arm. When the Capitals won Game 2 at T-Mobile Arena, it was preserved by a miraculous Braden Holtby save at the end of the third period. While everyone watching was stunned, so was Ovechkin. His "please fast forward until the third period is over" expression caught by NBC cameras. And when Kuznetsov beat Fleury on Saturday to make it a 2-0 lead, Ovechkin sprang to his feet, arms in the air, more demons slowly being exorcised. "Everybody is different, but like I said before, Ovi, he always shows his emotions when he scores, but he'll be just as happy for somebody else scoring," Eller said. "He wants to win as bad as anyone. You see how our team celebrates when somebody else scores more." Tired Alex Ovechkin narratives can be laid to rest. Finally, my emotions. Pic.twitter.com/adirk70jp. Washington Capitals at Capitals, June 3, 2018. On a night that got off to a frustrating start, nothing was going to deter Ovechkin, a man on a mission, from delivering in Game 3 for Washington. 68 seconds into the first period, he was robbed by Fleury on a 2-on-1. 2 shifts later he got a good look in the slot but zipped a shot just wide to the blocker side. But the legs kept churning, the attempts kept coming, and not even the first intermission could slow down Ovechkin. After he quickly gave Washington a lead in the second it would not relinquish. I feel like Ovi always has about 10 shots on goal halfway through the game, or he has the attempt at least, Eller said. He was pumped up. Everybody was pumped up today. I'm not surprised he scores a goal. He always wants to score, badly, more. Alex Ovechkin's top 10 career moments, and it's not something Ovechkin is unaccustomed to, scoring, that is. It's been what has defined him as a player, a skill set he will be renowned for when he eventually retires. But this moment, on the biggest stage in front of the fans who have cheered for him for nearly half of his entire lifetime, is new. Never has Ovechkin had the opportunity to succeed on this stage before, but not because he hasn't had the ability. For Alex, being the face of the franchise for a long time, being one of the faces of the league, and sometimes taking undue criticism for an individual player in a real team sport where you need everybody, he's taken a lot of that, Trotz said after morning skate on Saturday. He has a lot of pride. He wants to deliver a cup to the city. These opportunities can be few and far between. If anyone knows that, surely it is Ovechkin. So he's going to play like skates are on fire, celebrate like each moment is the biggest of the season, because it likely is, and make good on a trip he's been waiting 13 years to make. Golden Standard: how Vegas became the most successful expansion team in sports history. Yeah, he was possessed out there, Capitals defenseman John Carlson said. That's a good way to put it, I think. He's playing with passion and energy and joy, and he's a one-man wrecking crew. How committed he is. It's the best he's played, in my opinion. Washington is used to some version of this player, though. Ovechkin has never shied away from sharing his personality, the quirks that make it great. I haven't seen a different Ovi today than I have lately, Eller said. He's been on. But he always shows a lot of emotion at home, and that's right, and now Ovechkin can add another big moment to the story he's writing. After scoring the opening goal in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the biggest game in Capitals history at the time, Ovechkin got on the board first again in Game 3 on Saturday. Like Trotz said, it was only fitting. Everyone in Washington has been waiting, but no one has waited quite like Ovechkin. It's the Stanley Cup Final. What do you want to do? Ovechkin said. It's all in for everybody.